Welcome back to Living 757, everybody. Now, every now and again, we will drive you crazy on this show, but in a good way. But in this Taking Out segment, we're taking a trip to the racetrack.
My name is Barry Schimmel. I'm one of the owners here at Coastal RC. Coastal RC is an indoor raceway here for remote radio control cars. It's an indoor carpet facility, lots of high traction, lots of fun, family environment, everything. It's always been thought of as a hobby, not really as a sport. And behind the scenes, there was always these faster cars out there and more competitive cars that you can set up, and it's almost like mini NASCAR. It's a lot of fun, it's technical, but it's different than the hobby grade type radio controlled stuff.
I've been racing for 5 years now. It can be very competitive. It can be a paycheck. It can be someone's living, but it can also just be a hobby. It depends on where you're traveling to, if you're just at a club racing. It's always somewhat competitive because you're always trying to win, but at the end of the day, it's always a smile on your face.
It's really competitive. There's a lot of different races you can go to. There's like big races with like thousands of people there watching. Like you can be on TV. It can be very competitive.
We started racing back in 2000. So it started out, it was something that we could share together. And I was always better than him. And then as he grew older, he started getting faster. And now he's the one to beat. So
I was just sandbagging when I was younger.
It takes a lot of talent to wheel these things. A lot of people think it's just something from Toys R Us, but yeah, they're really engineered pieces of equipment.
My body has a combination of orange and yellow and pink. It has some chrome and black in it as well. So this is pretty much what everyone sees me as on the track.
This is one of my vehicles, two-wheel drive buggy. It's a Yokomo chassis. And as you can see, it's wired up with the steering servo that controls the steering. You got your battery, motor, transmission. The speed control is basically the brain of everything, telling it to go and stop.
Josh and Brennan are at a different level, almost professional drivers. They're not paid drivers, but both of them are at a level where their competitiveness is not like at a club level.
It has sway bars, just like a real car does. Shocks, springs you can change out, downforce, front and rear wings. These cars can run you about 1,000 to 1,500 to get started in high competition level. If you don't want to do that, you could probably start out under $500.
90% of the guys that come into this facility, your normal club racer guys, they throw tires on their car and we get them a basic setup and they go out here and they're completely fine. The people like Josh and Brennan are looking for a half a second. When you got 15 really fast guys, they're usually within a half a second of each other and they're trying to figure out what do they need to do to find a half a second. So here at Coastal we have the off-road track. That's your typical four-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, off-road type buggies and different vehicles that will jump and lots of speed. We have an on-road track, and that's more for like a touring car and F1 cars and stuff like that, where there's no jumps at all. It's just basically a road course. Oval cars, go straight, turn left. We have a rock crawling course. It's absolutely awesome. Rock crawlers are a lot of fun. They're very technical. These guys build these out to make them scale and look like real rock crawlers. And then finally in the back we have Mini Z course, which is a scaled down on-road course. There's no jumps, there's no dirt. It's fast, lots of turns, and more affordable for somebody that's trying to get into the hobby, but still lots of fun, very competitive.
Some tracks are technical, some are smooth.
Right now I'm really enjoying the rock crawler track because there's so much creativity that goes into that. You want it to be competitive, but car friendly at the same time.
I could be racing with a few friends, having a great time, or I could be at a national event, racing with people from all across the world. It doesn't matter to me. For those few moments I'm racing, I guess it takes me somewhere else. Don't have to worry about bills and work and all that other stuff. So it's a good hobby to have, keeps you out of trouble.
The future of anything is in the youth. So we want and we encourage young kids to come in because number one, they do have the hand-eye coordination. Most kids that play video games or are good with their hands tend to do really, really well in the RC world. It's almost like a real video game. And this is more fun. You've got something to work towards to get better and better.
Now that is one of the places that I had a chance to experience myself over the summer. I do a segment called Can Quincy Qualify? And I was racing NASCAR driver you know what? It was just fun for me, but I got whooped trying to race this NASCAR driver. So I experienced firsthand how fast these cars are. So big shout out to Coastal RC Speedway and Hobbies, keeping you in control. Yeah, there I was, right there. I think it was Howie DiStefano. Now, speaking of being in control, I feel like I'm out of control because I'm just by myself. Ladies, where are y'all right now? Somebody, come on the screen. Yo, let me by myself. Hey, hold up. What are y'all doing?
I'm right here in my pantry, in my kitchen.
And I am in Adrian's room.
And Quincy, if you love to transform your space into your own oasis, our next guest, she have all the solutions for you. Let's welcome Shelly Auden. She is the CEO of Oasis Home Spaces.
Hey,
hi,
Shelly.
it's great to be on here with all of you.
Hi, Shelly. Welcome to the
Hello.
show.
Thank you.
Shelly, I need a big help from you because you can see I'm going to show you now my pantry. But first of all, we are so tired to see the same decoration in our place, especially during quarantine. What is the things that we can start changing in our home that is not expensive and easy to do?
Okay, some of the things that you can change in your home that will not be very expensive are artwork and pillows. You can really change up a space with those items, especially if the rest of your furniture is in neutral colors. Completely transform a space with pillows, artwork, and decorative accessories.
Awesome. Now, you are also a professional organizer, and I am super guilty of overbuying clothes and shoes and all of the like for my 9-month-old son. So I am in front of his closet. Is there anything that you would do differently to kind of keep it more organized in there? Because it's a lot.
So one of the things I would do is I can see his shoes right there, or her. I'm sorry, I should ask. His, I'm sorry. I can see his shoes. Maybe what I would do is put those in clear stacking boxes to really take use of that vertical space that you have there. See how they're kind of cluttered together?
Yeah.
By stacking them in the clear boxes, it raises them up and you're really making good use of that space.
That is such a great idea.
Shelly, I tried to tell her that, but she didn't take my advice.
Yes.
Well, definitely I need some help with my pantry. I'm going to do a close-up and I'm going to show you. I have some food dog with actually my regular food. And I don't know, this pantry is very small, as you can see. And I don't know what I can do in order to, it's going to look very neat and organized.
Okay, I don't know if you've seen clear stacking bins, but they have clear stacking pantry bins. And what I would do is sort all of the like items, like maybe your pastas and chips or anything like that, into these stacking bins and label them. And then they go on top of each other, which again will also take great use of that vertical space that I see in your pantry that is unused right now.
Yes, and I tried to do something here, and I bought these bags. Yes. For sure, they're too big, and I cannot fit them side to side, so I had to put it one on the top of the next one. So.
Yes, so I would probably put clear stacking bins down there as well. They make some of them where the fronts come down and you can access the items through the front, but that way you can use all of that space since your pantry is smaller. But also you can see what's in them, because right now with the baskets, you have to pull the baskets out and dig through them, where with the clear bins, you can see it, and I would label them again.
Even with the food, I have to move stuff and look what is behind.
Yes.
Yeah, and note to self, don't ask Patricia to cook anything because her dog food is next to the regular food.
Yes.
This is his candies.
Yeah.
So Shelly, now I'm in my